Hello and welcome to Talking Simulator. I am Cameron, hosting this week. And joining me remotely is
Huh?
Corey.
Huh? Huh? I was muted. Um, hmm, hmm,
Hmm,
I'm excited.
quite. This week we are playing Disco Elysium again. We're gonna play it again because it's really good, and the final cut is in many ways a whole new game. In many technical ways, a whole new game. Uh, yeah, and we can do a lot of take many different paths through this game.
Indeedly do.
Hmm. So, anything we were excited about particularly? Like, I always enjoy the act of going back and revisiting a favorite book or a favorite movie, because knowing where it's going changes the meaning of what happens early on, right? And it's not just the act of being like, oh, I can see where they foreshadowed this development that will occur later. It's being able to see the entire arc, uh, recontextualizes the early segments of it. I don't.
Yeah,
I would need
it's
to
a
think
it's a
that.
perception shift that isn't
Yeah.
available until you've already experienced the thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Um. What else? I mean, okay. Last time we played through, we played Inland Empire quite heavily, um, which was interesting, right? It gave us a lot of strange asymmetrical insights into the world.
Right?
Um, so in Disco Elysium, you have a wall of skills to choose from, and in in RPG, in the grand tradition of RPGs, right? They help you pass different tests, but they're all quite unique feeling. Um, Maybe we should just get into it.
Yeah. I was like, the skills in the game are like other characters that you interact with by
Hmm.
kind of opting in to their voice, and there are passive and active tests, so you don't even know all the time if there was a check available unless you had the skill.
Mm-hmm. Like when we started putting points into perception, kind of mid game, suddenly things really opened up.
Mm-hmm.
But I really like, yeah, that the skills are not, knowing how to tie a knot, because the way the main character perceives the world is fractured, and his internal monologue is a dialogue between all the different facets of his personality. So it won't tell you necessarily that you notice something when you pass a perception check. It will be the perception skill informing you of something, which it's a different thing.
Yeah. All I can say is we're very likely to fall into communism.
Yeah, it is a tempting path. um let's just get into it, shall we? So Disco Elysium, if you're not familiar with it, is a role-playing game wherein you play a police detective in the fictional city of Revachol.
Martinez.
Martinez. The district is Revachol, right? No, wait. Oh, it's been a
Uh,
year.
yeah. Um, and our detective has some
Martinez.
memory problems, has
Mm-hmm.
gone through a complete and total memory wipe, and uh, is under the effects of various substances
Yes.
and doesn't really remember who he is, why he's here, or what he's supposed to do.
Um, all right. Well, let's create our own, shall we?
Yes.
Hmm.
That looks good.
Does it? Okay.
I don't know. Uh, like there's always the temptation to go meathead, right?
Mm-hmm.
And just roundhouse kick your
Your
way
way
through.
through? Yeah. Like literally roundhouse kick your way through. I've seen the clips where we roundhouse kick Measurehead,
Measurehead. Yeah.
and it's deeply satisfying. But sure, we can begin here.
Yeah. But it's like I think we're gonna pick conceptualization as our key, our signature move.
Mm-hmm.
And I like having stuff in motorics for uh hand-eye coordination
Mm-hmm.
and composure, those sorts
Yeah.
of things. And the middle ones, it's fun to have a lot of points in psych because that's where Inland Empire lives, and
Mm-hmm.
things like shivers, or is that a physique?
Shivers' physique, actually. Do we want
Okay.
to drop a
Yeah.
point of something and put it in physique?
I don't know how much lore about the physical area matters.
True. I just don't want us to die from sitting in an uncomfortable chair.
Well, we just have to pick up some painkillers before we go on that journey.
Hmm. Okay. 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 Set signature. The one that we were thinking of is composure.
Conceptualization.
Or conceptualization. I'm sorry. I'm
Just on the
sorry.
top row.
Brain. I'm sorry. Okay. Conceptualization. Conceptualization has a special role it wants you to play in this world. Not the role of a cop, but of art cop. It enables you to make fresh associations, to delve into world concepts from Jan Karp's postmodernist carpery to Revachol's arabesque architectural style de Derrida, and even the concept of hardcore. And then importantly, to add your own contribution to these works. At high levels, conceptualization makes you go big. Perhaps too big. It's ostentatious, demanding grand displays. Why live life when you can throw yourself into a live volcano? At low levels, however, you will be unable to see the world in a creative light. You'll be unable to contribute to conversations in an art gallery. Only boring people will invite you to their dust parties. Another thing that's important to realize about the skills in this game is that when they're extremely high, they can impede you quite a bit. I think the classic example is empathy, where if you have very high empathy, things like seeing a plastic bag in the street will make you burst into tears. Um,
Yeah, let alone having to tell a lady that her husband's dead.
yeah, which I thought we navigated quite well last time.
Did we make Kim do it?
No, we did it. I think we actually impressed Kim.
Okay.
God. One endurance, one pain threshold. One electrochemistry. Oh, we are going to be such a shambles. Stream is still set as Minecraft. No, it's not. I don't... I updated it. I don't...
You're good.
Okay. I like having a lot of points in motorics. Motorics? Motorics.
Motorics.
Motorics. And then What else? Conceptualization feels really good to me. I like that a lot.
Art cop, art cop,
Art cop, art cop. So, do we just want to motor around through these various skills and have a look at them and talk a bit
You want to
about
just
them?
read them? Sure.
Yeah, okay. So, logic urges you to analyze the living daylights out of the case. It enables you to piece evidence together, detect inconsistencies in statements, and impress everyone with your astonishing conclusions. It's the bread and butter of many a detective. At high levels, logic will be able to solve even the most complicated puzzle. You'll be very proud and thus susceptible to intellectual flattery. For those blinded by their own brilliance often miss important clues. With low levels of logic, you're going to have a hard time solving even the simplest puzzle. Even if you find the pieces, good luck putting them together. Encyclopedia makes you a know-it-all, turning your mind into a database of facts. It enables you to draw on these facts innately, offering a wealth of background knowledge to all things related and unrelated to your case. Who knows when the history of cigarette brands will provide the breakthrough you need to arrest a murderer, or when the knowledge of pre-revolutionary guns might save a life. At high levels, Encyclopedia shares this wealth of knowledge to an almost overwhelming degree. While it might make you give crucial breakthroughs, it more often will clutter your mind with useless tidbits. With low levels of Encyclopedia, though, you'll be forced to work with only the clues in front of you. Without any background knowledge, copying is going to be tough stuff. Rhetoric urges you to debate, make intellectual discourse, nitpick, and win. It enables you to break down arguments and hear what people are really saying. You'll spot fallacies as soon as they're used. What exactly did the waiter leave out of their testimony? What was the dancer trying to divert you from? Was that double entendre intended, or did you just get an accidental lead? At high levels, rhetoric will make you an impressive political beast, one whose beliefs are impenetrable, which is to say, one whose mind will not change, one who will calcify. With low rhetoric, though, you'll have a hard time shooting down any argument. Nailing people to their testimonies will be nigh impossible. Isn't this use of nigh N-I-G-H?
Yeah, that says nay.
Yeah, then. I'm not here to nitpick. That's for rhetoric. Drama urges you to treat the world as a stage, and on it to perform. It enables you to lie, to concoct the most elaborate and wonderful stories, to take on ingenious personas and perform acts of stagecraft in an entertaining amalgam of foobery and deceit. As well, it enables you to see through would-be actors and their false antics. If they lie, you'll know immediately. At high levels, drama may render you an insufferable thespian, one prone to hysterics and bouts of paranoia. For to know the world is a stage is to know that truth is vanity. However, with low drama, you cannot lie, or discern when others lie, and a cop who can't do either is a cop who's soon going to be lying 6 feet under. Visual calculus versus you not only in the laws of the state, but the laws of nature. It enables you to create virtual crime scene models in your mind's eye. You'll see how a bullet shattered the glass, and from that trace its trajectory with mathematical precision. You'll also count so many footprints, and at a glance discern shoe size and design, as well as the height, weight, and gender of the one who wore them. At high levels, visual calculus makes the world reveal its secrets to you, but you may be so absorbed by your mind diorama you don't notice as crooks steal your pants. However, at low levels, your mind's eye will be blind. Reconstructing crime scenes will be difficult without outside help. Volition urges you to be a good guy, to others and yourself. It enables you to resist temptation, be it in a bottle, between a pair of legs, or at the end of an iron barrel which promises oblivion. Volition gives you the will to finish the investigation, improving your morale, one of the 2 health pools in the game. At high levels, volition makes you hyper-sane. When you're about to get funky, it keeps you normal. It is a bit of a party pooper. At low levels, however, you'll have little morale. Without it, you'll be a profoundly unstable cop, falling apart at the seams as you make irreversible mistakes. Inland Empire is the unfiltered wellspring of imagination, emotion, and foreboding. It enables you to grope your way through invisible dimensions of reality, gaining insight into that which sight can't see. What's really going on? What do these enigmatic riddles mean for the world of fate? At high levels, Inland Empire animates the inanimate. You'll have conversations with your clothing, conversations that may change the course of the investigation if you're not thrown into the loony bin first. With low inland empire, however, you'll be void of imagination and character. And then how will you shape the cosmos? Empathy breaks into the souls of others and forces you to feel what's inside. It enables you to notice social cues others may miss, perhaps a hidden sadness you could coax out a little more, a strange joy from someone who should be bereaved, or a hidden resentment that could return to harm you later. At high levels, empathy really puts you in other people's shoes. You'll cry for their sorrows, punch walls to relieve their angers, and be an even more unstable cop. With low empathy, however, you'll be an ungainly beast, unable to talk to anyone without upsetting them. Did you see the image collage that was all the Disco Elysium skills as various cat memes?
No.
It was very good. I want to say that Zoe Quinn retweeted it like months and months ago, and then I retweeted it. But these were all like various cats, except for Esprit de Corps, which was a pig.
Good.
It made me LOL. Authority urges you to assert and reassert your dominance over those around you. It enables you to understand the power dynamics of groups of thugs, know how far you can push a perpetrator, and how to establish control of situations. At high levels, authority demands respect. Even a perceived slight could send you into a knee-breaking mode. With low authority, however, you're forever in awkward situations, like when you suffer psychological breakdowns after you yell at teenagers and they laugh at you. Esprit de Corps is the very spirit of policing, the cop geist. It enables you to understand your blue-souled sisters and brothers, not only by picking up subtle signals from your partner, but by witnessing flash sideways scenes as they play out in your precinct. At high levels, you'll be the very heart of the police force, not only willing and able, but obliged to take a bullet for your partner. However, without Esprit de Corps, you'll be flying blind, unable to understand discreet remarks colleagues make in high-stakes situations, remarks that just might save your life.
The cat meme has been posted, and
Oh.
I follow the electrochemistry cat on Twitter.
Really?
Yeah, her name's Jinx, the Bigfoot cat.
Oh, yeah, it's so good. I especially love Half-Light.
Yeah, just
Oh, and hey, Cindy is Endurance. That's correct. That is so correct that Cinderblock is Endurance. I hope she's doing okay. All right. What's striking me as we go through these is how many of these are events that occur in the game. Like literal events that occur in the game.
Yep.
Authority for dealing with Kuno, right? Teenagers laughing at you. But just other things that are... This isn't foreshadowing.
No.
This isn't foreshadowing. This is something very different. Let's think about that. Suggestion urges a soft power approach. If people think they want what you have, or want what you want, you've already won. This skill enables you to implant ideas into the minds of others. You can make the citizens like you more. You can make gangsters turn on each other too. Many crime rings have been broken by just a little doubt after all. At high levels, suggestion makes you affable to everyone and more resistant to their charms in turn. But all that schmoozing and oozing charm will make you slimy, and you'll know it even if no one else does. With low levels of suggestion, though, you'll have difficulty getting any kind of rapport with others. You'll be alone, both during the day and at night. Endurance is your metabolism and circulatory system. It improves your health, one of the 2 health pools in the game. It enables you to survive being a cop. Who cares if you can't aim a gun if you can take a few bullets? Why be afraid of drugs that'll hurt your health if you're a very, very healthy man? At high levels, endurance enables you to take a few knocks to the head, enjoy a greater quantity of drugs, and shake off a few cardiac arrests. It makes you a powerful man who looks down on the weaklings who can't keep up. However, cops with low endurance are likely to struggle. The body is frail already, and the flesh of a cop will often be tested, and if it doesn't pass, it dies. Pain threshold ignores damage so you can push on, bloodied and crawling to the bitterest end. It enables you to negate damage you would otherwise take, even mental pain, heartache, and loneliness. In fact, these things can become a thrill you seek out and perversely revel in. At high levels, pain threshold turns in on itself in seriously unhealthy ways, with full-on self-destructive behavior. With a low pain threshold, however, you will suffer too easily. Even a slap from a teenager will make you whine and complain. Physical instrument is not only your muscles and your skeleton, it is your ability to use them effectively. It enables you to do push-ups, sit-ups, knockout punches, and 360 spin kicks. It's a one-size-fits-all solution to thriving and surviving in a physical world. At high levels, physical instrument breaks doors, chains, and bones, and it makes you laugh at the namby-pansies who can't. You'll be manned up, encouraging others to curl iron until they're manned up too. At low levels, however, you'll have a hard time arresting anyone who isn't infirm or already dead. Indeed, engaging in physical confrontations could leave you in either state. Electrochemistry is the animal within you, the beast longing to be unleashed, to indulge and enjoy. It enables you to take drugs with fewer negative side effects. It also enables you to better investigate lurid matters. If you need to understand a chemical breakdown, or talk to someone blasted out of their mind, or understand sexual dynamics, electrochemistry is there to guide you. At high levels, electrochemistry makes you a man of unrestrained pleasure, an unrepentant Lothario who leers at people with a bottle of speed and a plastic bendy straw in either hand. But with a low electrochemistry, you'll be too innocent to be effective. Without a working knowledge of drugs and sex, the city will be difficult to understand. Shivers come when the temperature drops and you become more keenly aware of your surroundings. It enables you to hear the city itself, to truly belong to the streets. It is a supernatural ability. Old wrongs play out in present time. Scenes across the city happen in front of you. But who is speaking to you? At high levels, shivers may make you seem mad to the outside world. As you listen to the city, you don't listen to others. Your superiors may begin to worry. With a low shivers, though, you will seldom hear the city speaking to you. And if you cannot hear it, how can you ever save it? Half-light is your fight-or-flight response. It enables you to sense the way situations are about to turn. It injects palpable fear into your heart, fear that urges you to act before it's too late to ever act again, fear that makes you frighten others. It is the aggression that lets you squeeze every last drop of information out of a witness. At high levels, half-light makes you ultra-attuned to the world. It is perpetual fear, one of your own shadow, of someone else's name or scent. You'll be ready always to pounce and physically interrogate passers-by. At low levels, however, you'll find your survival instinct is lacking, and your methods limp-wristed. Those who respect violence will not respect you. Hand-eye coordination loves the interaction between you and things that fly in the air. It enables you to catch coins from mob bosses, shoot straight, and understand firearms intimately. Want to know the precise make and mark of a pistol? Hand-eye coordination's got you. Want to shoot someone with it? Ditto. At high levels, hand-eye coordination makes you deadly, supposing you're a weapon. You've a weapon in your hand. But once you do, hand-eye coordination will compel you to take the shot, even if it's not the best approach. At low levels, however, you'll be more of a disaster in waiting, because when the guns go off, and they always do, you'll probably hit the wrong target. Perception wants you to be open to the world, with eyes, ears, and nose working at full capacity. It enables you to take in what others don't notice, the little wad of bills hid away in the sugar bowl, the odor of a perp hiding beneath the floorboards, the gulp of a suspect after claiming they've nothing to hide. At high levels, perception takes in every final detail of the physical world, enough to overwhelm all but the strongest mind. However, with low levels, you're going to miss out on everything. After all, you can't arrest what you can't see, hear, or smell. Reaction speed is the agility of your mind and body. It is instinct. It enables you to dodge punches, knives, bullets, also sucker punch of the verbal kind. You'll be more streetwise, never lost for words or lacking a witty comeback. Your mental alacrity lets you connect little details on the fly, working in tandem with your intellect skill. At high levels, reaction speed makes your twitch reflex freakishly good. However, when your body acts before your mind, innocent situations can turn bad fast. You're high-strung, overly alert. At low levels, though, you won't be the one shooting first, which probably means you won't be shooting at all. Savoir-faire urges you to be better than you are. It urges you to be disco. Slip by others in Samaran boxing style, then tumble out the back with unexpected acrobatics. It enables you to move with silent footsteps, to groove to a good beat, and to lift the useful evidence off perps without them noticing. It also makes you a cooler cop, whose athletic flair will certainly impress the citizenry. At high levels, savoir-faire will make you the king of cool, which is as much to say the most stylish douchebag in Ravachol. Nobody will see you until you're ready to be seen, and then they'll get the full treatment, whether they want it or not. At low levels, however, you'll be a bumbling, feckless cop, unable to catch a pair of keys thrown by your partner without losing an eye. Interfacing wants you to connect to machines, to use and improve them, because that makes you a better human organism. It enables you to understand interactions with machines, be that how to repair the motor of a Kanema motor carriage, how to analyze the way a suspect used a pen, or how to refigure electrical circuits. It even lets you steal keys off a keyring without being noticed. At high levels, interfacing will isolate you from society. Why bother with people when you can talk to machines? And why bother with things like money when you can just pocket that display sandwich? At low levels, however, you will have a crucial part of the world cut off from you. People use machines to commit crimes all the time. If you can't understand how a crime was accomplished, how can you solve it? Composure wants you not to crack, or at least it wants you to not crack in front of other people. It enables you to put up a strong front. It keeps your emotions hidden from the world and helps you to read the body language of others, to sense the cracks in their own composure. As well, it keeps you looking good while you do it. You'll rock that disco outfit a lot more if you don't slouch. At high levels, composure makes you tuck your gut in and maintain a stern expression. Even lying in bed late at night when no one else can see you, you'll have to keep it up. You'll never be able to stop. With low composure, though, you'll always be the first to crack. Every cop's got a point when all that fear and rage comes spilling out, and the ones who unleash it don't stay on the force much longer. Perhaps worse still, you won't even make the rank of fashion police. So, we want to go visualization because at some point the game will ask you what kind of cop you are, depending on how you've been playing. And you can have things like the sorry cop, the fashion cop, art cop. And I think we agreed that we wanted art cop.
We want art cop.
Art cop. And these kind of translate to like archetypes you might be familiar with in fiction, right? Like I feel that Inland Empire is basically Cooper from Twin Peaks. Whereas like Visual Calculus is kind of Sherlock Holmes, although, you know, he also uses a lot of like logic and encyclopedia. And electrochemistry, quite a lot of drugs, and hitting people. It's also kind of interesting to see where other characters in the game align on this. Because when I first played this, I kind of wondered if this array of skills was unique to Harry, right? If other characters or other people in this game, you know, have a skill array like this, or a skill matrix, but it's named other things, right? That it's all unique to everyone. But I can definitely see where, like, Everard Clare is clearly, like, very high suggestion. Kim, our partner, uses a lot of interfacing. Who else? Who else? What's her name? Our neighbor in the hotel.
Uh, Arandia?
Yeah, yeah.
Clasia, that's it.
Yeah, Klasia. Yeah, God, she has, like, probably quite high electrochemistry, but she's a spy as well, right?
She has
So,
high drama. Our,
yeah,
our drama picks up on her drama.
right, yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. Uh, I think it's basically confirmed that other characters have other skills.
Mm-hmm.
They released stats for Kim's jacket, and it
I want
has a
that,
different skill on it.
by the way. I need the black one. The mechanic's jacket.
Yeah, I don't know how to get the jacket in game or how to make Kim wear it, but that is one of the Final Cut perks.
Is that, yeah, you can change people's clothing. And Zalm has partnered with, like, a streetwear brand to make some of the clothes from this game. And so you can get the drama robe, right? And you can get Kim's jacket in orange or black. But it's like
Froggy Visor.
I know, right? I mean, wouldn't that be wonderful? I kind of like. I think the clear one that people would want is the Inland Empire tie, right?
Oh yeah.
That you've been trying to build a wardrobe around, but you can't. Like, I like the implication, or I don't know if it's ever explicitly stated or not, but you got this tie, and you love the tie, and you've been trying to build a look around it, and it defies every effort.
Disco, baby.
Yeah. So do we just want to, like, click on conceptualization here and move on with our life?
Yeah.
Okay.
Time to wake up. Have to go to work in the shit factory.
Yep.
There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever.
Sweet.
An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
Sorry, the what?
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful, a ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
So you can actually die in this conversation if you keep requesting void.
And, like, just for the record, like, these are the two deepest facets of our personality, right? These are not skills we're interacting with. These are much more profound parts of ourselves, right? Like, ancient reptilian brain is the Leviathan under the water, right? And the limbic system is, I mean, the voice acting for them really sells it, right? These are id. These are deeply submerged things that only really come out in times of extreme stress, I think. And karaoke.
Tamily says, you might not be able to die. Maybe I'm full of it.
Oh. Well, shall we, like, the
Ask
thing
about the X something?
Yeah.
Ex-love. Ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you've suffered to get here. some of it irreversible. Stay, sail with me through the abyss of pelagic zone.
Good word. Is that the deepest part of the ocean? Or is that like the Hadia pelagic? I always forget.
It's the pelagic. Just gonna.
Because one is like where the ocean floor is, and the other is like you have to go into a trench.
Region of deep water above the floor of the ocean.
Okay. Allons-y. Never let me go.
Alright, nothing down to fuck all, borough. Not you. Your days of giving a shit and being that type of animal are over.
I forgot the reference to the kind of animal you are. Wait,
It's a soft animal that likes to sleep a lot.
yeah.
Do you really?
Oh. I kind of wonder here about the parallels between this internal conversation and the Pale. The structure of the world where everything is kind of drifting apart and there is an aggressive nothingness between the spaces of being.
Right.
You wouldn't like it if I told you what was back there. Why'd you think you had to bludgeon yourself into oblivion? Or did you not sense yourself marinating? Poured so much on yourself, got a bit carried away, did we, Chef?
Fear and apprehension. You should ask what's out there first.
There's this giant ball there. And evil apes. And the evil apes are juking it out on the ball. You're one of them. It's basically all just evil apes juking it out on a giant ball.
Just how...
I do like this ape section.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just love that description.
How small are these apes?
Infinitesimally small.
And the ball? Tell me about the ball.
You can't even make out it's a ball when you're joking it out. It's that large.
And this duking it out I keep hearing about? What's that?
Vying for resources. It's just a stupid expression you picked up somewhere. The part of the presentation you want to take home with you is this. You have to beat the other evil apes in the face. Or you lose.
Oh.
Yes, it is. And you drowned in that sadness a long time ago. You lost.
Well, I suppose we should start off.
Oh no. Out of booze.
Oh no. Nope.
Not gonna look at the window.
Just remembering how the
The
interface
window
works.
stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside. A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent. More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact. It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist. Like the green shoe that's on the hat rack in the corner, which, coincidentally, is missing its friend. Congratulations, you smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you can still find the other on the balcony outside.
My
The
poor
door to
shoe.
it should be outside your room.
I like.
I don't-
Maybe it wasn't me.
You mean someone else took your shoe off and smashed the window with it?
I love the petulance of, I don't need
Yeah.
you. I don't need anyone.
The window agrees. Its cracked smile is cold and sparkly.
So we have to pick up our pants to get out of the room.
Flare-cut trousers.
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. It says, whirling in rags, on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door.
Welcome, Raiders. We have just started the game.
Indeed.
So yeah, we don't need any of the other clothes if you don't want.
Perhaps we could go be hideous. But what about my shoe? Oh, and there is a way to see what all the interactables are. You need to, like, hold something.
Another alter tab.
Yeah. Yeah, it's...
This fan
Tab.
has 2 chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades.
Do not turn on the
Or
light.
has it been consigned there as punishment? You feel as though this creature is your friend and wants to reattach itself to your neck so that you may continue your adventures together in this strange world.
Those are good odds.
Yeah. I mean, what could possibly go wrong?
You reach out to grab the tie, but what's this? Diffuse, radiating chest pain. Doom comes over you. You feel something in your chest, an unnatural pressure. It's spreading to your left arm, your jaw. Very, very bad. This is the end bad. All you feel is pain and weakness. You have to surrender now. We all do. It gets so dark. You don't even see her face. Like you always thought you would. You only see pain and fear. Cop suffers final heart attack. A detective lieutenant of the RCA passed away yesterday. His death, though abrupt, did not come as a surprise to those who knew him. He was the heaviest drinker I'd ever met. Captain Ptolemy Price, the deceased superior officer, commented, "That ain't easy on the ticker." He loved his liquor, sure, said Detective Chester McLean, friend and colleague. But I think before he ever had a heart attack, his heart was broken. According to an official statement given by the RCM, the officer was on the brink of solving a murder case.
Oh,
Oh no.
I. It doesn't-
Oh no! Oh no! Wow, we did this 2 years ago?
Yeah. It came out in 2019.
Wow. Okay.
It was 3414.
How's that one working out for us?
Before you attempt any hard things, maybe grab some pills. You can also turn off the fan. You don't have to.
I just like reaching for our tie and being like, ugh.
Okay, I'll.
You'll submit to physique too.
Yeah, it's just I don't like how middle range. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
All right. So now you can just speed run this conversation.
Yep. The Furies are at home in the mirror. It is their address. Even the clearest water, if deep enough, can drown.
There is never an inordinate amount.
An awareness creeps up.
Ex-love, ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface. Do you really?
You wouldn't like it if I told you what was back.
Fear and apprehension. You should ask what's out there first.
There's this giant ball in Phoenix. You can't even make vying for resources. Yes, you're lost.
All right. All right.
So yeah, if you pick up your pants and open the door with the keys that are in the pocket, then you can walk normally.
You hear
And,
again. It says,
Maybe go downstairs and pick up some stuff from the beside the counter.
Uh-huh. Okay, so just head downstairs. Don't even bother getting dressed.
Yeah, you can come back up after you grab some drugs.
Won't Klasia see us though?
We don't have to talk to her.
Oh yeah. Hold on, I just want to like. Oh, the water's running. But what if we pick things up?
Yeah, you can just save before you try to get the tie again. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you can stop the fan from spinning.
I
Just don't
suppose
turn
so.
on the lights, because that'll
That'll kill
hurt
you.
too.
Yeah. Where is the switch?
this fan has 2 chain pull switches. Or has it been consigned there as punishment? You feel as if the blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now. You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap. It's released from the blade. Warning, warning. The necktie is no longer contained.
I think we should be friends with the tie on this
What
run.
you have in your
I
hand
like
is
that.
a fantastically colorful tie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose.
right.
I guess you can go out to the balcony and grab your other shoe.
Hmm. Is it money?
40 cents!
Sweet.
Ooh. Ooh. I love all the memes about that horn noise.
There
Oh.
they both are. Two
I'm not really
identical
familiar with
shapes,
that.
both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin, reunited on your feet. Like two baby crocodiles.
How do they fit?
Good, they're balanced, comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told.
What are the memes about the horn?
Oh, just, kind of doing nothing. And then the horn by the whirling in rags. Blah, blah, blah.
Hello, Klasia.
Hello, officer.
So yeah, we don't have to talk to her.
Yeah. I mean, nothing good comes of this interaction. Trompe de monde. Shall we take a quick break?
Yeah. And then let's harass the bartender.
Ooh. Okay, we will be right back in a few short minutes. But please consider watching an advertisement. Hello and welcome back.
Howdy, howdy.
So, we have managed to make it downstairs without dying. Once.
Now to continue Russian Doll.
They're making a second season of it.
I'm excited.
So, yes, all of your clothes modify your stats, which makes you min-max in some very exciting ways.
Sometimes you do things better with no pants.
Indeed. God, the white satin shirt.
It smells bad, so you can't work with people very well.
Oh. Right, and -1 savoir-faire, because we just can't look cool in them.
No, they're just tight.
Yeah.
So they interfere with your moves. So like
Yep.
if we're jumping across the gap to get our coat, then that's a savoir-faire check.
Yep.
And pantsless is better.
Hark.
Either that or be embarrassed.
Shame is not disco.
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul.
My soul's cubic content is obscured by the hangover.
Of course, at this point, precise measurements of your soul can only be performed from the outside. It needs to be heard.
True.
Through a PA system. By other people.
What should I sing?
You have not yet stumbled on the right lamentation, but it's out there. It'll come to you. You will wreak havoc with it. Don't worry.
Ooh, lamentation sounds good.
Serves them right. Wipe that smirk off their face with your sad, tragic song. Who's laughing now? No one.
I'm
You have to
laughing.
find something tragic to sing first, though.
God, I love the... I mean, it's trite to say that it's so good. The karaoke segment is so good, because of course it's so good. But the failure on it is appalling. If you fail the check, it's just absolutely appalling what happens. Yoink.
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again. That was disdain in his eyes. Even now he's purposely ignoring you.
Yeah, look at the bird.
A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall. A small engraved steel tag says, "The Great Skua, Stair Koari's Skua." Something about it makes you feel bitter.
Yeah, you can ask to help or ask about it.
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
Well, I mean, now it's time to square up.
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead.
Fine.
Go talk to Kim.
Hmm. Oh, actually, wait. Did we? No, we did do the analysis, right? Of the broken window. Or did
No,
we?
we didn't.
We didn't.
We skipped it.
Oh no. Well, that was free XP we left on the table.
Yeah, want to run upstairs and look in the mirror?
Yeah, kind of. Maybe we'll be able to randomly suppress the expression.
Hello, officer.
Oh, I suppose we should say hello to Klasia.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips. Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than 28.
All right.
The window stands broken in its frame. What do you mean? Assess the damage. How would you do
All right.
that? What are you even trying to do?
So we'll need to unlock that white check later.
Yeah, when we put you can put points into a skill and then attempt it again.
Yeah, or sometimes things get unlocked through dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Hot water sprays from the base and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the outline of a man. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor. Really, all recollection of the person you are, the people in your life, and even the world you're in has drowned in a sea of blood alcohol. This was no mere night of drinking. It was a deluge of world-ending proportions. As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror. Abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it. Yeah, there is definitely something wrong with it. Where to even begin? There is the bloatedness, then the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin. Bet you are. Your nose feels like a small balloon in the middle of your face. It hurts when you honk it. It doesn't appear to be a particularly tiny nose either. Not with all the drinks it's absorbed for you. It's not. It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling between your fingers.
All right.
Behold.
Behold a man.
You have no idea who this thing is, do you?
Dear Lord, help me. What is this?
Whatever it is, at least it's dead now. There's clearly rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. Oh my God. You can't stop. It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey?
It's an expression of pain.
You are correct.
We could probably get this encyclopedia check.
It's low.
Probably.
I mean,
We can do it. I believe in us.
all right, ride or die.
Like the rest of you.
Damn it!
It comes from a bad place, somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now.
Well, time to roll the dice.
You can't hit if you don't squeeze the trigger.
Come on,
It's
doubles.
too late.
Oh,
Like an image on film.
2 4s though.
The
That was a pretty good
expression.
roll.
yeah.
Belongs to your primary motor cortex. It would take a minor neurological miracle for you to cease producing it.
Oh well, now we're done upstairs.
Yeah, I guess.
For now.
Where's my streamer RNG? So we were a gym teacher before we were a detective, weren't we?
Yep.
I like that. And we also have an arts degree.
Hello, sweetie.
Bye,
You
sweetie.
shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. If an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you. You are sure of this. But why? On the sleeve of his bomber jacket, as well as on its back, are the same enigmatic white rectangles as on your blazer. He is your half-brother.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he's waiting for your name. This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative. Conceptualize.
You have to fail this check if you want to be Ambrosius.
Let's see what happens. Like, I mean, either outcome is good.
Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath. You're
Say nothing.
two
We can
steps
ask
closer
Gart
to it, but they are still
if he
many to
knows
go.
what's yellow.
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
Yeah, we totally just talked to him. Yeah. Had a whole conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
Nope.
Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
Nope.
I love... Look, man, you know... Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure haven't.
So, the body is still in the tree.
This is the first time you detect a weariness
no.
in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to no longer be in
A
the
lot of
tree.
people prefer that.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner. After you, officer.
Alright.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
You mean you don't have a badge? Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I advise you to try to locate it as quickly as possible. But getting the body down should still take precedence.
I forget.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by interacting with him.
I forget how we got the body down.
Us?
Yeah.
I think we shot the strapped.
Did we?
Or did we ask Measurehead to do it?
No. We definitely didn't get Measurehead to do it. We used Measurehead?
You can. I think we used Measurehead. I think we made Everard use...
Oh, right. Right.
The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Mr. Gart, right? You run this place.
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
Number 2.
Are you kidding me? It's you. It's obviously you. You smell like liquor. And you're orange.
See? Everyone agrees it's your color scheme. We're on the right track with this name thing.
Is this what you get when you call the police now? We've been waiting for a week here.
Sir, I understand your concern, but we are here to do a job. And for us to do it, I need you to stay calm.
Yes, of course.
For a moment, the man fidgets under the lieutenant's gaze. Then he gives in.
I really love these portraits. They convey so much. Like, I like that the authority one kind of looms a bit with its sunken eyes and just the hint of a smirk.
Yeah, but like a strong forward chin and
Yeah.
yeah.
It is imposing, right? And then the hint of the laurel crown.
I think my favorite might be physical instrument, just that there's like no head.
I really, really like Shivers. But like, oh, they're all so good. Half-Light is also another favorite. Yeah, physical instrument having no head though is quite powerful.
Yeah, it just like dissolves into a blur. Like,
Yeah.
It's either there's a very long neck there, or it's just like a beam of energy.
That's good. I like that. Empathy though. Empathy is, they're all strong. I would pay for any of these prints. Or an I-beam. Yes. Or an I-beam.
I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene, but it also took you a while to call us. It was you who placed the call, correct?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
So right now he thinks that Sylvie wrecked his bird and left because he asked her out. And you can have a lot of fun with that if you
Brutal.
yeah, just ask him where she is and then go talk to her and then tell him that she's off riding the cock carousel.
This sounds like something you can use to call this Sylvie later.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many, many cafeterias I manage.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective,
Yes.
I have everything. You?
Yeah,
yes,
we can
yes.
ask.
He means, do you have questions for me, like a police officer would?
Yeah, number 3. Why did Sylvie go away?
She went away because none of your business. Extra fine.
All right.
The body's
Yeah,
at...
you can- Yeah.
Yeah.
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there. That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then, to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through.
Does he want you to feel guilty of making that hole? It's implied in his voice.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
No one is saying the multi-pattern necktie you found tied to the ceiling fan can talk. No one. It must be merely imagination. But
Let's bail! Time to push the eject button! Sounds like a responsibility! You don't like those!
Oh no. This is a disaster. This is the best failure in the game. Do we do it?
Oh, I don't know. Like we can talk him down on the price, but this is our only chance for this.
We did this in our last one, right? where if you fail this check, you just bolt. And I think you crash into Lena, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
I think you just
turn around to fire off the deuces.
Yeah, right. You run and you jump and you turn around. You give him the double deuces and you crash into Lena.
Oh.
But I like the idea of maybe trying to talk him down here. What's the path forward?
Anything. Just roll the dice.
Oh, shit. I'm
excuse
sorry.
me. You owe
That's
me
fine.
130 real.
I meant roll the dice on your
Oh.
dialogue options.
The IIR, or Inter-Isolary Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume he means you owe him some money.
Wow, you're a genius. Yes, that's right, money. You owe this establishment 130 real.
Who does
why
that
though?
clown think he is? Arrest him!
I love that horrific necktie is just shouting.
Yeah.
Because of course it is. Right? Of course the horrific necktie can only communicate by shouting. It's loud. It's hideous. Yeah, it's a horrific necktie. Of course it's going to be loud.
Yeah. So what do I owe?
Let's see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you annihilated. The hole in the window was the first thing I saw when I came to work. So don't try to tell me you didn't. That will be 40 real in damages. Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. That's 60 plus 40 plus 30 equals 130 real. And yes,
Arrest
real
him.
is still money.
Arrest that man.
You can't arrest me. I haven't done anything.
Oh. I mean, do it.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. All right.
From the bottom of your blue soul, a term emerges.
Refusing to aid an officer of the peace. You are impeding me from carrying out a murder investigation with your inane requests for money.
But it's not inane. You owe me money.
It is cruel of you. A man has been killed. File a request for compensation with Station 41. We need to work now.
Okay, you'll only have to pay for the window and the drinks. That's 70. I'll get the rest from your stupid station.
I'm not gonna pay for the window.
Fine, I'll take it off the bill. You want to sleep in a post-apocalyptic shithole? Go ahead, but I'm not giving you another room.
Cool.
There you go.
No, not cool.
Cool.
You still owe me 30 for the drinks. If you don't have it by tonight, I'm not letting you back up there.
See, this feels good and we're laughing. But the fact that Kim has our back on this is probably not a good thing. Right?
Well, he did promise compensation, right? He's just
Yes.
like, talk to my precinct, not his precinct.
We'll expense it. But
Yeah.
like, Kim loves us because we're a cop. And Kim will always have your back in this game, basically no matter what you say or do. Including doing really nasty things to people.
That's enough now, sir. Good day.
All right.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank. And
I
this
don't really
place
care
sure
about Lonesome
isn't
Long Way
it.
Home.
Right. I mean, is this our first thought cabinet, though?
Yeah.
What? I forget what it even does.
Well, you'll get it
Okay.
if you go through
But
this
you've been
conversation.
at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere. In time or space.
Both.
That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money.
Hobo cop.
We can hobo cop. Just have to save before we sleep in the dumpster.
I don't know. I think we could probably, like, just look at the thought cabinet here, though. Or, yeah, hobo cop. We're hobo cop. Doesn't matter where we came from.
Entertain the thought when you get the time. Maybe being a hobo and a cop has its advantages.
Yeah, let's run this one in our head.
Yeah. Hobo cop. A cop and a hobo. A hobo cop. Upsides. Can be disheveled, doesn't have to wash, carries himself with lurched gusto. Hobo cop doesn't need anyone or anything. No one can kick you out because you don't have a home. Never pay rent again. Never again hear, "You're drunk. Why did you even come here, Harry? Go home, you're embarrassing yourself." Downsides. Are there any? I mean, seriously, give me one. Research time, 4 hours, 20 minutes.
That'll be done today.
Yeah. Temporary research bonus, -1 composure.
All right, now we gotta talk and talk. We're a hobo cop. Let's go steal this guy's ID. The guy that's sleeping down in the south, like directly south of us.
Oh, okay.
Maybe we should slurp some of his alcohol off the counter too.
Ooh.
Tasty countertop.
Well, let's just start off with that then.
Oh, we don't have electrochemistry high enough to want to.
Oh. A man is sleeping at the table wearing mud-caked boots and rolled down overalls. The back of his shirt reads Wild Pines encircled by a logo with a tree.
A colorful piece of plastic is dangling from his carabiner. Makes your fingers itch. On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine. The man does not mind. You probably need them more than he does.
You've just picked up some magnesium. This item is stored in the bottom left corner of the screen above your character portrait. Use magnesium to heal your morale if you have morale damage.
It's a dock worker's ID, doubling as a shift card and a job permit. A young, able-bodied man stares back at you from the photo. Santiago S. John. You fumble with the spring-loaded
No.
carabiner, but to no avail.
Oh well.
Finger fucking him, officer. I'm responsible for these oafs and their stuff. Even Sleepy there.
Stay out of this.
Fine. Finger bang him then. I don't care.
To be honest, he's correct. Police officers generally don't go around appropriating possessions from people. Let's go.
It was just an idea. Come on, relax everyone. It didn't turn out well. Doesn't mean it was a bad idea. Or that you shouldn't appropriate stuff.
It's okay. The ID doesn't actually get us in. It just gives us little dialogue options.
Fair.
Look at the hole in the fence.
Ooh. Oh, should we talk with the lawyer?
Sure. And we get to find out she's a gardener.
Oh, actually, if we need to go and look at the body first, and then we can ask her for her gloves, right?
You can get her gloves first, but she has smelling salts
Oh,
that make approaching the body doable.
right. Do we want to do that now? Or,
We have to throw up before the smelling salt option comes up.
right.
several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here. Maybe more than 12. No, 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud. 1. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 46. 2. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. 3. Hobnailed work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 43. 4. Standard work boot, number 45 or 46? You don't know. It's a miracle you can tell the prints apart as it is. The cold must have preserved them. 5. Another standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44.
I like that we can tell apart two standard work boots of the same size.
Yeah.
6. An aberration, light as air, even pace, same make of boot, but number 41. Impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. The gait is undeveloped. You're not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens. Everything else has a thin film of unimportance on it, and the tracks burn in the middle of it, in a strange, beautiful way. 7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot, number 46. But the imprints are twice as deep as the others. The weight exceeds 200 kilograms.
It's a big man.
8. And yet another standard work boot, number 44. There's an aberration in the pattern of the sole, however. The right sole is smoother, more worn.
How
What of
many?
a drummer?
I was pretty off then. I counted 20. I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary? A woman or a kid? Understood. Anything else? 200? Could it be the combined weight of 2 people, one carrying the other who's tied up? Let's say a heavily built worker carrying a similarly built, soon-to-be-dead man.
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
We don't know yet.
I do. One of them carried him over. Interesting. Let's name it the Old Soul. Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner at the harbor. Or maybe a drummer?
He regrets it the moment he says it.
We don't have to. We don't have to give Kim any stick on this.
I don't know why I said that. We are not looking for a drummer. We are looking for a group of dock workers. Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out their right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right.
He doesn't seem to hear you, looking south toward the traffic jam instead. The machines are silent. The engines are all turned off.
We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent, no? A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by the caller, who reported the hanging.
It is not impossible.
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashol. 7 days below freezing. The day before, the day of his hanging, was the last warm day.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago.
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching.
Indeed, they all stood in a row here, and looked at the tree. The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in even through your clenched nostrils.
And double 6.
The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you'd expected, more fever than odor. It fills your mind, flushing you from within. Too late. It's impossible to keep in. Your body curls and pushes it out, burst by burst, until a pool of vomit lies under your feet and your throat stings from the stomach acid. The smell of Commodore Red rises from the pool. Among it, distilled spirit and bits of shish kebab.
It's okay. Happens to everyone. Keep it. The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head. If you can handle the headache, some officers use it to deal with cadaverine odor. I can't handle the headache. There is Frit nearby, east of the hostel. They usually have a small apothecary. If they don't, there's a greenhouse here, and a gardener with a wheelbarrow on the corner of the whirling in rags. If she works here, she might have something for the smell.
Acquiring ammonia will provide a modifier to the white check. Modifiers make checks easier and allow you to retry them.
So I think we should go dumpster diving before going further, and before we get the body down, I want us to have access to the fridge so that we can steal the boots.
Ooh, yes. Yes, yes. And the fridge is in the office building next door, which... God, how do we even get access to that? We have to get
We're going
into...
through the bookstore.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's look at the dumpster.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, "Whirling in rags." There's something in there, not necessarily connected to the case, but still. Just a trash container. There is no such thing. Your fingers start to itch just looking at that padlock. The lieutenant leans in to inspect the lock.
Okay.
Yeah, you might be able to ask Gert for the key now.
Hmm.
Don't know. Don't know if you have to try the lock first or talk to Kim about it, but might as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's a padlock there. It seems reasonable that Garth would have the key.
Yeah. I just like having our paperwork.
Yeah. No, it's important.
RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with?
Then we
don't
can
see a
ask
lot of
Kuno about the
police
racist
around here,
mug.
That's all.
Hmm.
Of course. What can I help you with? Sure. I'm done with it. Go easy on that stuff. It gave me a terrible headache. Of course. I won't hold you back.
If there's a corpse, then you're going to need those gloves for the autopsy.
Sure, keep them. I have another pair.
Success. Oh, we never spoke with Lena, did we?
No.
Hello, sweetie.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
Why, you are, officer.
Me?
And have you found anyone to be sweet to?
I don't know.
The saddest one.
The saddest one?
What was with that fucking wing?
Yeah.
A double wink, yeah.
Do nothing. The neurological damage is probably permanent. A double wink is a blink.
Not if it's just 2 winks in a row.
I see you are still grieving. Well, I won't pry. You must
I had
forgive
a prof
me.
that would do that.
I'm getting so scatterbrained.
Really?
I completely forgot to introduce myself.
What did they teach?
Comp sci.
Hmm.
So he would be like reading along the slides and then be like, hey, question for the class. And then like he would just start winking throughout his question, like to emphasize the words.
Huh. That's very peculiar.
Everyone hated it so much.
I mean, I had a biochem prof who would deliberately mispronounce words and then looked to the class to see if anyone would call him on it. For example, fructose. He really enjoyed saying fructose.
I had a stats teacher that spoke with a fake French accent for the full first class.
That's amazing. That's amazing. God, what is that? I swear I've heard that before or encountered that before.
Yeah, I have no idea why. He was from Edmonton.
I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
How would you like to roll with me?
Yeah.
Whatever do you mean? Sequence killers? Oh my. But I think you already have a partner, sweetie.
A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree.
It
You're
seems
probably
to me
right,
that
Kim.
you lucked out with your partner. He has the look of an upstanding officer of the law. Someone you can lean on, and sweetie, you are looking unsteady. Of course, dear. Good luck with your case.
Can I help you?
Yeah.
What thing? Yes, not the whole damn union, thank God. Just the nastiest and loudest faction. They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit. Look, they're good customers. They place big orders and always pay on time.
He hates the Union, but grudgingly recognizes its power over him. So he's directing his frustration at you instead. Retaliate.
I don't. I'm simply providing a service, or really facilitating the offering of services to paying customers, and it doesn't matter. I don't have to explain myself to you.
We should find out who this Lord faction is occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info. We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even striking men. If not today, then they'll be here tomorrow.
What are you, a cook now? That's none of your business. He wasn't pan-fried, he was lynched. What could the kitchen possibly have to do with... Fine, okay. The kitchen is closed until 1 p.m. because the cook is working. You can snoop around after that. If what?
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later.
Yeah, I think we have to try to
Oh, try the lock.
at least look at the lock.
Okay. I like that we can basically run everywhere.
Yep. There's fast travel now, sort of. You use the map, but it's only to certain major areas,
Oh, okay.
which makes a lot of sense because time doesn't pass while you're walking.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did we even look at the fence?
No, we didn't.
You
It's
see
got a lot of
set
visual
tire tracks
calculus.
in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic.
One time?
These
Oh.
tracks are not interesting at all. Let the street sweeper just sweep them away. Hard to say. Your vision is blurred and you're having difficulty concentrating thanks to your relentless hangover. Cop habit. You look at everything. This isn't case related, you think. This trash container.
We could try using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carriage, or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rat.
All right.
Do 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 boo boo.
Running back and forth.
Never skip leg day.
Yep. Eventually, Kim will comment on it.
It's impressive how much running we do.
Considering that we're more hangover than man.
Can I help you? Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags.
Thank you for clearing that up. Why
I
do you
hate
keep the
pedants.
container locked?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you.
What is this
Prod at
feeling?
him and find out.
Ooh. Hmm.
I smell communism.
I do smell communism.
Callous? What are you? Kras Mazov? Almost all establishments in Revachol keep their trash locked. The Whirling in Rags is not special in that regard.
Krasmazov, nom de guerre, was an economist and a historical materialist. He was a leading figure on the Grad side of the Centennial Revolution, where he headed the 9-day government. Mazov is considered the father of
There's 11
scientific
days.
communism, Mazovian thought, or Mazovianism. He killed himself.
What are we talking about? Was this not about the trash container?
Was there something you wanted? What for? Mazov? Are you planning to nationalize my trash container?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please. Absolutely out of the question.
You wait
Oh,
and
I'll
see,
show you.
cafeteria manager. Absolutely in the question. First we find a sad banger. Then we sing this place to shit.
Okay.
This trash container with a well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. It should now be
Cha-ching.
possible to simply raise the lid. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you shouldn't. Of course you should. This is your time to shine, Hobocop. Dive into that dumpster for extra content. There is, but you won't like it. Sweat forms on your brow. Your hand is still on the lid. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
Oh yeah, just dig right in there. Just all of it, everything.
Wow, an Armistice caliber 50 knock cannon, half wrapped in paper tissues. So shiny. It's a giant rifle, and it's very expensive. Not as expensive as that fat string of pearls snaking around the rotten banana peels, however. And is that Cordon Electric's preamp with Electra F2 tubes? It is. That catches quite a price. We're talking 12,000, easy. Unless you're into hi-fi yourself.
I am into hi-fi.
That's too bad, because none of those things are actually in there. There's just food waste and crisp wrappings.
Oh.
All you see is a broken mug with a racist depiction of the Yellow Man frolicking in saffron. Only in its social sensibility.
Love that that's the
You've
first thing we
acquired an
picked up.
interactable item. Investigate this item further by going to the Interact tab in your inventory.
Not right now.
Not right
You
now.
see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. You've done this
Yeah.
before. The movements are recorded in your elbows. The methodology in your fingers. You're used to this. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below. And turbo noodles. Now, among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers. As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air.
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. Drop them in here, officer. Guitar-marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The loops appear stretched, but the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here.
Something slimy catches your eye. A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. Just garbage.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force. Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash, the lid was locked, and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
The fuck's he on about? Kids? You hear that, Kuno? He thinks you're an infant or something.
See?
The lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container. It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels, mostly. Unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey, nothing. It's nothing. Nothing more to see here. What's this?
Nice try, Inland Empire.
A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something.
Not today, Inland
Something
Empire.
larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
Officer, is that your paperwork? Yes, it is. Look. This plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You even got an autopsy form. If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash?
It has a foreboding quality to it. Maybe I needed to lose it.
You want to be Apocalypse Cop, too?
I mean,
You want to work the drama angle? Psychic energies?
God, I love that this game has all these little decision points here that add up after a while. That you can just be weird. Like, this is the condition of being a cop, though. You can just say shit to people, and they have to deal with it. Right? Even your partner.
What are you talking about?
I speak of the tongue.
Doeth thou also thorough inventories? You should take stock of your notes. Make sure it's all there. Official notes contain informants' names. If some of it has fallen into the hands of the RCM's adversaries, bloodletting may well ensue. It will also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Anyway, where were we?
Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable. Go to your inventory and select the Interact tab to read your paperwork.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
All right.
We don't need the gloves for the visual inspection.
Oh, right.
I mean, they don't hurt us. They just...
They look kind of dorky.
So let's examine this mug.
Mug is racist. Interact button? Oh,
It's
up there.
It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Not much. Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed-away mug that you dug out of the garbage?
I'm going to push this into the face of every merchant I find and tell them, this is your inane ideology.
Yeah!
So again, you dug it out of the trash. Why? It wasn't going to offend anyone there. Why don't you just get back to your case?
Fine.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner. There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard.
We should leave the toilet paper on.
It's a metaphor for you. Below the pathetics, terror. Do not look into its blue heart. It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want. Way cool. It says, everyone look at me and my toilet paper covered cop ledger. I don't care. My ledger is droopy and it smells like a urinal. An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip. The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before. Looks like an official mark, made to be low visibility outside the right circumstances.
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property. Any capable light with the right wavelength will do. All RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal halogen watermarks. Mine too.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information varies by date of issue.
How many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have that.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand, it's a sorry sight. They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered, with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files, commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible. Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate, due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases, undertaken, not completed, mind you. It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average. What do you mean? Is that all?
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes. 2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me. I prefer a normal caseload. It's a matter of method.
Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense, if mostly illegible. Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name. A title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from snoop fiction and vespertine cop show staples. Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case. Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the Ukar Parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close. There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish. Sadly, the ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. It's unfitting of this monumental event.
Ooh, shall we collect Kim's pen?
I think we shall.
Pencil. It will do, barely.
We've already got his handkerchief.
The lieutenant looks at his blue notebook. 2 fat, shiny pens hang from the binder, like large caliber bullets on an ammo belt. He is not really saying anything, just standing there, looking at them.
Know that I give this to you with resentment.
The task you've completed fell out of the blue oblong pen in a brash freehand uncannily similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple. A language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body. Interview the cafeteria manager. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place. A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you. Things to be done, and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the Citizens Militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
No, actually. Any ideas? Furies. Yes, well, I don't know. I have to be honest, I'm not experiencing the internal strife that it refers to. And also, could you make it less poetic somehow? Just a normal case name, you know? Think, what would that be? A good normal name.
Yes, you know what that normal name is. But it's so plain. Anything else, please?
Oh, well, then maybe I can suggest one.
The Hanged Man.
Oh, that's actually what I was thinking. The Hanged Man. I like that. A good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now.
Kim.
I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
Good. Let's take a break.
Okay, yes, indeed. Let's take a break, and we'll be back in a few short minutes. I have returned.
Welcome back.
Thank you. So, where were we? We had named the case the Hanged Man, which, I mean, like, I suppose has its own mythographic quality to it. It invokes the tarot card, the Hanged Man, although that isn't a man who has been hanged by the neck. It is a man hanging from a tree by his feet, upside down, kind of voluntarily, right? It is the Fool.
Oh.
Yeah.
I always thought it was an involuntary hanging.
No. He's hanging upside down as things fall out of his pockets. And it's supposed to be a card that describes a change in perspective, basically.
Okay.
That's it?
The notebook is annual. It says 51 on what remains of its cover. A molten strap of cardboard. Everything prior to this must have belonged to a previous volume. In short, there was more.
Yes, how very childish of you. In your and my defense, almost everyone in the RCM uses the titular system, in addition to the official alphanumeric. It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves. Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself. I pray his loved ones never find out. Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now.
Let's retry. Yeah, right?
Well, we just read the case files then. If we look at the yellow ones, we can learn that we can find people.
Okay,
In the back,
right.
you see
Yes,
thin,
sorry, it's been
translucent
2
copy
years.
paper. Some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms, waiting to be filled out. Then rip them from the binder and hand them out, according to type of form. 3. The topmost are misconduct fines, the middle ones are station calls, and the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of. You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work. A monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields. These are quite sinister in tone. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing. All in a print so small it could be considered downright cute. A dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organs. Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field autopsies to dead guys. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copier paper. It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back you see the embossed letters, RCM. Something rattles inside, ever so lightly. Is there a hidden compartment? And something small inside, light, made of paper or cardboard, or dried flowers perhaps. The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You cannot see to its center. With your hands, U4-sized pages hang from the clip screwed to the top of the board.
We've only got one health thing.
Right.
I don't know what damage we possibly take if we open that.
It must be psychic. Right? Well, let's save the game.
You have to get out of the dialogue.
Oh.
Alrighty.
One
The
time.
ledger you oh, and the cool piece of toilet paper is stuck to the back. The two sides of the board appear slightly misaligned, like a
Show
drawer
me
that's come off
apricot
its
gum
slides.
wrapper.
If you bend the plastic on your knee slowly, the slides snap back into place. It should be possible to just, you know. Without resistance or sound, the two panels move against each other. The compartment is now open. 2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard. Two octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored pencil drawings. The tickets permit access to the zoo in Revachol East. The aquarium costs extra. These let you go there, too. Thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustling when you pick it up. You see violet flowers, floral patterns, patches of glue. It smells of chewing gum, apricot flavored. A touch of cinnamon, the end of summer. You think the label says tutti frutti. Familiar handwriting lines the inside of the card. Looped, round letters in a woman's hand. A young woman in her 20s. There is care, effort, and a smile, you think. Although that is not something you can read from someone's handwriting. Harry, it begins. You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter so you can read it when you wake up. Maybe it will make you happy. Throw it away, please.
Volition, stay out of this.
A merciful wind blows in from the bay of Revachol, dusting the ground at your feet and raising newspapers far away. You feel the card slipping into it. Your hands shake, holding onto it. Every morning when I step out and you're asleep behind me, it says, I find a little piece of sadness in me. I carry it in my chest, down Voyager Road. Every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me entirely. I step onto the light rail and look back. Sparks fall from the bow collector. I know it will be like this until late afternoon, when I get off the 42 and walk back to you. You. Every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. I can't believe the happiness I feel with you. You have a vast, vast soul, and I will always, always, always come back to it. Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of your head. Everything around you gets dark. Small white dots appear. You feel the ledger slip from your hand.
No.
There is nothing. Again.
Are we sure?
Nothing sad, brother. No treachery. Just blackout.
Like, I love that this is the game begins here, right?
Yeah.
Everything before that was prologue. And then, as you get your first insight into Harry's wounds, that's where the game begins.
Well, almost nothing. There is the ground below you. That's still there. And the small light that's on, fluttering, somewhere in the basal ganglia. That's me. Blue eyes, that's me. Who was what?
He speaks of the sickening longing, the unwell emotion. Even in the darkness, he's grasping for it. Still trying to hold on to the great sorrows slipping in the water. Slimy.
No, I was cool.
The cool when you're dead, brother.
Here in the paleo-mammalian cortex, we call it the shadow. Because it's always there.
Tell him.
Ah, yes. In the olfactory system, they call it the apricot chewing gum scented one. It's unhealthy of them to linger on it so. But as they say, what do you do? It didn't smell nice. It smelled like betrayal.
There is no Voyager Road. There are no roads, no houses, no lights in the windows. It's all on pause. Bloated corpse of the past resurfacing.
Beautiful. Believe me, stupid ape, its lack of beauty was not the problem.
You think they would let you? Until you disintegrate into biomolecules? No. Someone is breathing on your face now, inspecting your pupils, stupid idiot.
Yes, they're pouring something on you. It's in you. And
It's delicious. Glowing lights on a dashboard emerge out of nothingness. In the upholstered cabin of Lieutenant Kitsuragi's motor carriage, seated in the driver's basket, the air is thick with leatherworks and heavy fuel oil. Cold water runs down your chin.
Drink. Water.
The water is cold, silvery, the stuff of life itself, as it pours down your parched throat. The pounding in your head recedes. The darkness parts.
Drink. You haven't drunk water in 2 days. Did you know the human body is not made to survive on alcohol alone? You need a secondary form of hydration.
With greedy gulps, you down half a liter of cold water. Some of it spills on the driver's seat. The lieutenant pays no heed to it.
What happened?
Yeah.
The burnt out ruins of the past.
Aren't we all?
That does sometimes happen.
About as good a reply as we could possibly expect in the situation.
You dropped these. Are you okay to proceed? Good.
The Ledger of Failure and Hatred is a special item that can be used both as an interactable and a tool equipped in your held slot for skill bonuses. Find it under the Tools tab in your inventory.
Tools. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah, we should definitely be holding on to this.
Yeah, this is absolutely going to make everything better. We hold it in our right hand.
Yeah, we're lefties.
Yeah, we're a lefty. We're 100%. Are you kidding? We're a lefty. I don't know why. I would buy this if this was merchandise.
It's a good ledger.
Yeah, I don't know what I would use it for. But I think I would use it.
Recording murders, finding people
Yeah.
who needs you.
Yeah, exactly. Storing the burnt out ruins of the past.
Yeah. Shall we make our way into the bookstore?
Let's. We have a little bit of time left today. If I had a bag, we could get
Do we have any skill points? Because we got more head stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So we might be able to... White Morning, do we want that?
White Morning would be... Oh, what does it give you? See yourself from above. Temporary... Oh, right. Well, we're working on it. I mean, we could. Or do we want to finish Hobocop? Is White Morning what lets you zoom out further?
Yep.
That would be handy, actually. I suppose we could talk to the child.
Yeah, let's talk to Annette.
Yeah.
She might tell us about the haunting.
Ooh, right.
And then we
yes,
can definitely...
definitely get into the back.
Open your eels. We don't have Harry's rank yet. We haven't really examined the stuff under the light.
The store is open. Are you interested in a new and exciting book? It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games. It's called Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, little girl.
Oh.
Is that a board game?
Don't be ridiculous. I know all these things. Let's not torment the child.
You're fooling nobody.
Sir, are you okay? You've been standing here silently for a while now. Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books. My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock. Feel free to step in and browse our wares. I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance and biographies of famous people.
A sudden gush of wind turns the pages of the books on the counters. She covers her face, smiling. But she's cold.
Kind kind of you to offer, sir.
What could you do to help her anyway?
Oh, no, sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep warm. I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running. Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed.
There is stress and unease behind these words. She's reciting etiquette.
Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second, and some kind of doubt in her tense shoulders.
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go... Exactly. But we've been doing fine so far.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case. But I don't see much more to look into here.
Yes. Please do also look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games are there, sir.
It does not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist. I liked it better when we were talking about whether it's appropriate to stand out in the freezing weather.
The plasmic manifestations.
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir? Maybe I can tell you about some of our books instead.
Bye.
Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance. Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
A golden pendant hangs around the woman's neck, in the shape of what looks like a tiny fish head trapped in amber.
Oh.
Oh yes, helps to have an anchor in these times. I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture. Cursed? Who said that? Annette? I will have a word with her. This place is not cursed. It has a robustly magnetic energy. Good for commercial activity. My business is thriving, sir.
Are you
Feel
sure?
like it's thriving. Feels ghostly.
Then why are you talking to me? Everything is on the shelves to browse. Don't you feel compelled to buy anything? See those shelves there? Go. Be drawn.
Do you think Harry's liver is more like a shoe or like a sponge that nobody has changed in a couple of months?
You know what, like, mad cow disease makes a brain look like?
Vaguely.
Spongiform encephalitis.
Yeah.
Big holes, like Swiss cheese.
Everything is on the shelves. Take a look yourself. The shelves compel you, don't they?
She's attempting to mentally direct you towards the shelves. She only wants you to buy the goods. She doesn't care about the books.
I like Julia
Truth
Vaughn's
be
suggestion
told,
of a
not
crock.
really.
A crock?
My sister brings in most of the goods. I'm sure it's all very literary stuff with well-written prose. But you don't learn about the important things in life from fabricated stories.
Where do you...
Truth is available if you just know where to look, and you have to open and free your mind to understand.
She smiles and nods, seemingly relieved.
Right, I think if we look at the
my daughter.
curtain...
I hope she wasn't
We can get
slacking
through.
off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl? Wonderful! Did you talk to her? Great! On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her?
Her opinion of her daughter depends on how well she lured you into the store.
How dare you?
Come now, it's not personal. It's about proper sales practices and market research. I expect an answer. My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette. You must be kidding. There's nothing like that happening. Good sir. What does a young child do with money anyway? No, I save it for her, as a fund. She's securing her financial future out there. Indeed. Are we done with the jokes now?
Yes, we've had quite enough fun here. Right.
Oh, the fun is just beginning.
Mind your own business, sir. In our society, people don't get to tell each other how to raise their children. It's none of your or anyone's business.
The woman before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense.
Begone, book peddler.
I think if we look at the pendant
You
here,
see a set of tattered
or the
curtains
amulet, sorry.
blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you.
Nothing. Why aren't you browsing the books? Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? You ought to.
She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on you, urging you to buy more books. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become. Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers. Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
Yeah, beyond the threshold.
Definitely.
You do? My God, even more reasons not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir. Why? It's not like anyone was killed there.
Murder investigation. You hear that, Kim?
I'm sorry, I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't allow that. You'll only make things worse and unleash the powers.
I think there might be a little dialogue we can have with her before we open them.
The curtains do seem frail suddenly, not robust enough to contain a slippery darkness.
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees, I told you. Now please step away from the curtains.
Okay, so we want to talk with her again?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I'm remembering correctly.
What are you, a coward? Think about the marvelous adventures waiting for us on the other side.
There is something mysterious about the curtains. Be careful. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you.
I love necktie.
I do too. We should definitely follow Neckty's instructions to make a Molotov.
And welcome to Crime I already told you, it's just a storage room for employees. I don't understand why it's so important to you. Just let it go, officer. Go buy some goddamn books. You're supposed to be drawn to the books. It's just for decoration. Okay, fine. It's because this place is cursed. Just like Annette said. They don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing. Are you happy now, officer? Happy that you've ruined everything?
Kind of.
Host of hosts, she prays. Guard me and my honest business venture from the curse that lurks behind the curtains.
The curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease, eating at the very foundation. It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy.
Didn't that curtain just move?
It's not just that, officer. We're dealing with something supernatural here. It's the cacodemons feeding off bad business practices and disappointing income statements. There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie lingering presence, as if I was unwanted here.
Sounds familiar. She nudges her glasses, anxious and tense.
It's not good to talk about the curse, not in detail. The negativism, it's dangerous.
Don't we find out
The
that
void wraiths angers them.
don't we find out that Kuno is actually responsible for many of the businesses here failing? Or at
A
least
little
one of
bit.
them. The ice
At least
cream.
one of them.
Yeah.
Two of them, then.
Void
Two of them.
Graves. You have new words.
Void wraiths.
Yes, I've contacted numerous parapsychologists and even a pair of Simonese mediators. They provided me with the wards. The wards help to keep the doom at bay and protect us against the darkness that lies further in the building, even though now I fear it's not enough. Oh, this? No, it's a special Himian amulet, blessed by desert pygmy shamans, with a spell of compulsion. It's to compel people to buy books. There are numerous spells cast throughout the store. I had the books anointed with a different inducement spell, for example. It's guaranteed to boost sales 15%.
Alright, let's investigate the curse.
Yeah.
Most certainly not. I don't want anyone who's...
Psychic arts? Sounds right down our alley.
Ooh. Come on.
Slither.
Yes!
Yeah!
Silver-tongued fiend. Show her what world-class perfidy looks like.
Are you sure? Don't think I haven't seen charlatans before.
Oh, the sleeper beyond.
I'm not sure I can trust your claims. Honestly, you look like a bit of a drinker. I'm sorry for being so blunt, but...
The lieutenant keeps his usual stony calm. He silently picks out his notebook. Go ahead then. Rock her world, he thinks. I'll compose some notes.
How do you know all this?
Here we go.
I am the Void Revenant. To debad all the bad
I
energies.
should have realized. A pattern lies within the fabric. The hand of fate guides us. Our meeting couldn't have been mere chance.
Perhaps you truly are the one to deliver this woman from the doom.
But I am not the only one at risk. I have to think of my daughter. You are certain you can help us? Keep us safe? I can't allow any collateral damage to hit us.
Do we draw Kim into this?
Yes!
Oh, I can assure you he is a police officer. Very knowledgeable.
If you promise, good officer, then you might be our last hope. Do you swear it? Thank you, sir. There's one more thing I haven't told you about yet. The entity.
Do not act surprised. You know of these things, sire.
You have?
Of course.
The entity takes the form of a woman, a witch probably. I've suspected that she must be connected to the curse ever since I first saw her. Did you know that she lives inside the chimney? Yes, that chimney is part of the building's central furnace, and it's enormous. She has barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains. God knows what she's doing there. Some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find the entity and ask what happened to all the companies in the building. What is the source of this curse? Here's the key to the warded door behind the curtains. Take it. Oh, and please do return to me after you've looked round. I'm quite anxious to know what she has to say about the curse. What you discover in there.
God, I love this game.
Darkness and ruin.
Alright, we're good. Thank you for indulging me there.
Of course, of course.
We do have to stop.
We do have to stop. So we're going to have to wait for our psychic battle with the entity until next week. But we should thank subs.
Yes.
Oh, I've missed this game. All right. So, beginning with Mr. Verity, who has come back for the 31st month.
And Original Garwolf for 59 months. This sub brought to you by St. Helens, I assume Mount St. Helens, the new expose of the 1980 eruption from the point of view of the volcano itself. An excerpt. Gassy, really gassy. Gotta go. That feels better. What do you mean, don't look in a mirror?
Oh god, I've had that day. Eldritch Prowlers come back for the 9th month. Thank you.
IO Otter, 76 months. Very excited to see you return to Disco, one of my absolute favorite games. Thank you.
Iron Hand Strachan has come back for the 34th month. Thank you.
Skylar Ringtail, 85 months. So excited to see a second playthrough of one of my favorite games of all time. Awesome.
To Amelie has come back for the 77th month. It feels like it's been a million years. It does.
Zale250 has been here for 59 months. Another million years.
Trejas has come back for the 30th month. Thank you.
See, yep. 80 months. What's really going?
What is? Hlid Kjalf, Val Kjalf has come back for the 2nd month. Thank you.
Aaron Von Poppenoff, 56 months. Thank you.
Inconsiderate Hat has come back for the 27th month. Thank you.
Winsterton, here with 47 months. Thank you.
Ed Max has come back for the 66th month, saying, Judge.
British Red Fox, 89 months. It is a good day when one gets to watch Cam play one of my favorite games, Heart.
Rose Shark, 100 bits. Thank you.
Zethros with 91 months, approaching the 1 year.
And Malady Dark, has come back for the 53rd month. I see Cam's back on his detective again.
And Gap Filler with 100 bits there at the end. Pancake Bit Snipe. Oh, because it's Pancake Day?
Is it Pancake Day?
I heard this was the fattest of Tuesdays, where you eat pancakes.
I should make pancakes at home. I am not a dad, yet. I understand it is the daddest of cooking, is pancakes.
Yep.
I only have bread flour at home, though. That could lead to some glutinous pancakes, in lieu of fluffy ones.
Ugh.
But perhaps if I gently make the batter, I can elude the formation of tough glutens.
You could crepe it up.
It's not a bad idea. Could get some asparagus, make some hollandaise.
Oh. Why am I suddenly hungry?
I am so hungry right now. I am, like, supernaturally hungry all of a sudden. Well, goodbye.